Hey everybody, it is day 14. I'm supposed to be getting up out this place today. And let me turn that down to pause the music. I'm not going crazy. It's actually been a pretty decent 2 weeks. I've definitely had my ebbs and flows, but in general, what's really helped me get through this whole process is being in touch with all of y'all. I mean, I sort of learned 10, 11 years ago when I did a big lifestyle change to uh, be proactive and go out and reach out. I don't have to stay trapped in here all the time. There's plenty enough going on there, all the stories and everything that I build and try to do with my creative brain. But it's really helped talking to people first thing in the morning. It's, again, something I put into practice for years. Texting, calling, internet, what have you. And that tool, that sort of lifestyle shift has really helped with this process of being, indoors straight, no break from quarantine for 14 days. So I am very grateful that I was asymptomatic this entire time. I have some friends who are definitely under the weather, definitely going through it. Specifically, folks on the show that I was on. And so I'm counting my blessings. Don't get me wrong. Now I am going to alter my schedule, my quarantine schedule, because I've spoken with my kid's mom, my ex-wife, and what's going on out there is a little disconcerting to me. I didn't realize that the stores were still kind of packed. There's still kind of that residual frenzy as far as getting food and necessities at the store. And the thing that really made me worried was I was speaking with her because what I have planned to do is probably extend this quarantine day, not probably, but extend this quarantine period 3 more days. So I probably won't step foot out until Monday or Tuesday at the earliest. That'll give me 17, 18 days in straight quarantine, not shelter in place, but I've just been on lockdown here, as you know. And that way I can go visit my kids, see them in person, do some like air hugging, take my dog with me, and I'll have a nice little companion with me while I shelter in place, no longer on strict lockdown. And then, but what was worrisome about it, what kind of bothered me was that, again, when my ex noted that at the store, she was still having to stand, shoulder to shoulder or front to back with people in line. And that kind of freaked me out because I thought that we were doing here what they're doing on the coast, which is, sticking strictly to the 6-foot radius thing, the social distancing. I think Costco and some big chains are doing that, but I guess some of the local stores are not. And I'm telling you, after making it through like these 2 weeks, I'm a little concerned about going out, and being right next to folks while I'm trying to get, bread or the few things that I've run out while I'm here. So we'll see. I will update on that as it happens. I am going to stay on lockdown for a few more days. And again, what has helped get me through is, just being in touch with all of y'all. And I even went to sort of Merriam-Webster and looked up the difference between isolation and solitude. And, there is a distinction, obviously. Solitude has sort of a more positive, fuzzy vibe around it, a fuzzy understanding of it, a more positive understanding of it. It is sort of the state of being alone and being apart from people via one's circumstances, etc., almost by choice, almost as if you want that time apart and you want to zen out a little bit. Whereas isolation, which a lot of us are feeling right now during this crisis, stresses, sort of a more severe detachment. And it's often, the implication is often that it's involuntary. And that is definitely what's going on. What we are experiencing now is very involuntary. We are all sort of powerless and sort of helpless to just, address the situation, each of us individually, as we shelter in place. So I have been trying to lean into the solitude and trying to stay positive with it. And again, what has helped me stay in that mind as opposed to the fully isolated mind is staying in touch with all of y'all. So I'll be here another couple of days, and we'll then keep checking in, and I will go see my family and see how that all works out, air hugs and distance and everything, get a couple items and come back in for a little more relaxed shelter in place vibe. But hey, again, I'm really fortunate and grateful that I never got symptomatic, and have been feeling really good this entire time. Something I wanted to share with all of y'all was this silly website. It's boardpanda.com, and they put out quarantine versions of classic rock albums. So there's or social distancing version. So there's Abbey Road, the Beatles' Abbey Road, with John, Ringo, Paul, and George. And then there's the updated version. That more than enough social distance there. Poor Ringo, of course, put all the way in the back, but everybody's got, they're like 20 feet apart from each other. Combat Rock, The Clash, everybody's spread out there. There's the original, there's the 2020 version. Destiny's Child, please, some millennial feedback. Let me know, is this actually considered a classic, or is this just a good album? And we got the classic Beyonce stuff with Lemonade and everything later on. You be the judge. I'm posing the question, but there they are with their spacing. Queen 2, bona fide classic. The overhead light, this album cover was very distinct back then. Plenty of space between the guys. And here we go with Kiss, Destroyer, same kind of thing. Gene, Ace, Peter Criss, Paul Stanley, all doing their bit to not give each other the coronavirus on the album cover. So anyway, thank you for listening, and I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're staying healthy and safe. I hope that when you shop, you can be at a place where everyone's not, again, shoulder to shoulder. That is kind of bothersome, and again, just not, that can contribute to the anxiety about all this stuff going on. So reach out, stay in touch, be safe. I hope you're healthy, and I'm glad it's day 14. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk real soon. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.